Hi, Phyllis here from southernfrugal.com. It's time for another green smoothie. This morning I'm going to use more grapes and I'm going to use honey in case I need to sweeten anything. Alright, so here's what we're doing. Of course I'm going to use the juice from 3 oranges, and this is that salad mix. I think it's Salad Express. That's what I'm going to use for the green this morning. These, I think, are those large red globe grapes that have the great big seeds in them. Some celery. This is a couple of stalks of celery. Some of those little baby carrots. 2 apples. And that's it. The sunflower seeds is what I'm going to use for the protein, and this is going to be loaded with fiber. These are raw sunflower seeds that I got from nuts.com. Ordered them over the internet, and they arrived, I think, in about 3 days. And what I like about them is they're definitely not rancid, and they taste pretty good. So they also grind up pretty easily in the VITAMIX because they're raw, healthier for you. Alright, so I'm going to get these oranges juiced and the apples peeled, and we'll be ready to get started. Be back in just a minute. Alright, we are ready to make the smoothie. I've got the apples peeled, and the grapes are somewhat thawed out, and the oranges are juiced, so we're ready. Alright, first thing we're going to do is put in the green stuff. Now this is just a green a salad mix. It's just got several different types of baby lettuce in there. And this is just, I think it's Salad Express was the brand. Alright, so we got all of our greens in. And now, let's see, I never quite know what to put in next. This is 2 ounces, there's a little bad one there. 2 ounces of sunflower seeds, and they are raw. I'm going to put those in. Next, I'm going to put in the juice from 3 oranges, and I get the little juice oranges at the farmer's market, so I get them really, really cheap. And let's see, why don't we put in the celery next? And the carrots. These are those little baby carrots to give us our beta carotene. And I still haven't looked up what the celery does, but anyway. Alright, so next I'm going to put in the grapes. I think I just wanted to make sure I got the seeds down there close enough to the blades so they're all ground up really nice. Alright, then my apple. And then this is frozen almond milk ice cubes. I just put them in a little cheap, inexpensive ice tray. Now we have an ice maker, so I had to actually buy the little ice trays. And so that's probably right at a cup. Now I'm going to use honey, and this is just a cheap brand of honey, if it needs to be sweetened, but it might not, since there's the grapes are really sweet, and these are those large grapes that have the great big seeds, because the seeds are really loaded with nutrients. Alright, we are ready to go. So let's see how this goes this morning. Get my area cleaned up a little bit. Alright, we're ready. And by the way, they did approve me as an affiliate for the VITAMIX, so I think I'm going to go back on all of the smoothies that I've done and put the little code down there, so if you order them using the code, which is actually my code, then you can get free shipping ordering directly from the factory. And let me say this about that. When we were getting ready to get our VITAMIX, I looked around everywhere and tried to figure out what to do, and it ended up the best thing that we could do was order it directly from the factory, and that way you get to talk to someone who can tell you the exact right VITAMIX, for your needs. And certainly after reading all the reviews, I found out that almost everybody who got the VITAMIX, like at QVC or somewhere like that, wish they had gotten the variable speed, because you can do a lot more with it when you've got the variable speed, which means that you've got the 3 dials. This is on, off. This is the variable speed, and right down here is variable speed, and then we're going to flip it up to high on the smoothies. All right, so, and Bob, I got to talk to y'all again. All right, here's the thing. I slept for 9.5 hours last night. I could not believe it. I have not slept for 9.5 hours since I was a teenager, I'm sure. I do remember sleeping till like 11 or 12 o'clock when I was a teenager, when we could get away with it. Of course, we had school. So the day that you slept late would be Saturday, because of course Sunday you had to go to church. But and in the summertime we would sleep late. I know y'all did that too. All teenagers sleep all the time if they can. But anyway, last night, 9.5 hours. When I got up, I felt like I had been drugged. I really did. But, I mean, I feel good, you know. So, I don't know if that's the green smoothies or not, but I sure never did that before. All right, so here we go. Let me move y'all closer on this. There. All right. So what we're going to do is start it out on the variable speed, and we're going to turn that up to 10. Let me show you down here. Turn it up to 10 quickly, and then I'm going to flip it up to high, and this should work probably in, I would say, a minute or so. All right, so here we go. It's on, turning it up. Now I'm going to check it for, let's see if it's sweet enough. And it's a little thick because of the frozen almond milk. I'm going to put just a little bit of honey in it, maybe a tablespoon or so. That'll work. All right, so we're going to blend it up a little bit more. To do it, and it looks like this morning I'm going to have just a little less than 50 ounces. What I'm trying to do is get to the place where I only make 40 ounces. All right, let me move back. All right, we're going to give this a try. And these are 20-ounce glasses. And this morning, it looks more of a brown than it does a green. Now, my favorite green to add to the smoothies is kale. But I think you really need to vary your greens. You don't just need to do kale every single day, probably. Of course, there's all kinds of greens that you can use. I think I haven't used collards yet because I'm a little, oh, what is that going to taste like, you know? All right, here we go. Let's see what it tastes like. I think I can taste a little of the celery. Is that what I'm tasting? I can't tell. It's very much citrus. Can't taste the sunflower seeds. I might be tasting a little bit of the celery. It's not a bad taste. Can't taste the honey, but it's definitely sweet. Just not sure. Tomorrow or whatever day, I'm only going to use one celery stalk because I think that's what I'm tasting a little bit. It's good though. It's very good. You can taste the citrus in it, which would be the orange. And I just don't taste the grapes. I really don't. A little bit of celery taste, just a little bit. All right, so that's it for our little healthy smoothie this morning. And I think today I'm going to try to make some yeast bread in my other little beaker for the VITAMIX. I saw a guy doing it on a video. Now, it's not in the VITAMIX recipe book, but I'm going to see if I can find that video and see how he does it. And if I can find it, we'll do some yeast bread with the VITAMIX today. All right, we'll see y'all next time.